Howdy. Looks like I flipped this over because there was a well-known issue with these power files that this battery would die. Looks like this is a one that was replaced in October 2003, I guess, and it's in good shape. It's actually reading over 3.6 volts, and that's what it's supposed to be. So I think we're gonna leave that there. It's clearly not dead. Um, got a little bit of leeway left even because it's like 3.67 or so. Um, The way this is organized is a little interesting because this is the driver board for one of the drives. Both optical drives are in this center section basically, and they lead up to this driver board, and then that second driver board is also connected as well. Those driver boards go over here to, in essence, what's the motherboard of the whole system. I believe they're supposed to be considered SCSI drives. Although these kind of do look like IDE cables, so maybe they're actually IDE, but it's hard to tell sometimes, and I probably should just count pins and figure it out, but I'm not worried too much about it as long as it works. You can see there's a lot of little inner workings inside the machine itself because it actually does have a little bit of a standalone mode so that you can put in and eject disks without having to turn the computer on, or the server in the case sometimes. And this particular battery's job is to keep all those settings intact, and if this battery is bad, you can end up having some wacky issues. And clearly there's the power supply board. It really looked like there was a whole lot else to this. It's interesting because this is in the center of the spindle, the disk tray basically, and so it's got 3 disk slots essentially. So one disk slot loads into, it's probably this drive. The other disk slot, which would be over here, loads into this drive, and or the other way around. There's a disk slot that you can also see over here. That goes to this particular slot, which is it ejects and loads onto the You can see a little better over here actually. Onto the actual tray. It's currently upside down, so it's not how it's supposed to operate. But you see the grooved tray, and there's 3 little rollers to keep that thing in line. Here's probably the motor to run the whole mess. Pretty simple device actually, but it was so specialized it cost a fortune to make one of these probably. So no, is that it looks like they have the LED indicator on the front of this, which seems a little absurd because like this isn't going anywhere. It's not going out. I can't see that. I wonder if there would be a way of shunting that. Look, there's even a little button. It's the eject button. These are seriously just the driver boards for the CD-ROM drives. These to have the inner capacity of the CD-ROM drives in there, and we'll have the rest of it out here. Just kind of whoosh. Great stuff. If anybody can ever find the Windows 98 second edition drivers for this, I'd be grateful, but I can't really hope too much for that because it seems like everybody's been looking for it, or at least the few people that have been had interest in this has been looking for that driver disk ever since 2008. Not sure if that's going to be a whole lot easier in 2022. But yeah, it's pretty clear that there's like a little, is that a bridge? Looks like some bridge wires in there. Just have to get these to make sure these are put together and stuff. That's fun. Oh boy. But yeah, I mean, this looks like it would be even if you have a broken one, which doesn't really look like it should be that hard to fix this particular kind of unit. It's just that you have to make sure you pay attention and know what you're doing, basically. It's a very simple case of, look, here's the CD-ROM driver boards. Ooh. Here's the power supply. This is probably regulated. Don't touch it unless you got it discharged. Here's sort of a motherboard and a communication I/O board, probably, actually. Configured for C200. So there might be a different board for the R200 or the R200 dual layer, because they had different configurations. They also had they also had the C200 Solo, and so on and so forth. Like, I wonder what the different the configurations are. If I can get another version of this, I could even try to look and see what the difference is. It could be something as simple as just to replace capacitors or something like that. That's great. It's great that this works as much as it does. I mean, I'm still having issues with the PowerMac G5, because it feels like it doesn't really want to operate on FireWire for anything. I actually got a PCIe card, an old SIG card from, I guess, 2011 to work in it. It works good. But the problem is that whenever it goes to sleep, it has issues. And I have to, like, restart and try to mess around with that for a while. It's just what it is. Alright, that's enough rambling.